Today I'm talking about 3 Robin Williams dramas, all from the 90s. And the names of those 3 movies are Awakenings, The Fisher King, and Patch Adams. First up is Awakenings. This is a 1990 film inspired by a true story in which this very awkward doctor has to work at this mental institute, and he discovers that some of the people who appear to be as statues have a common connection, and maybe he can figure out a way to help awaken them. It's pretty solid. I definitely enjoyed this movie a good solid amount. Robin definitely gives a great performance. I in particular really loved his mannerisms insofar as like how he would hold his body, just like the awkward way he would hold his arms, like it just felt wrong. But that's just who he was as a person. He was just not quite right, but that's the unique trait about him that was able to make him see the world just a little bit differently, to connect the dots, to then help people in a unique way. So I just love that a lot. Especially like it evolved as the film went on, and that was really fascinating. The story itself was definitely a very beautiful and interesting story. It's really about to appreciate life, especially the small things in life. Like even the things you hate, like, you know, going to work and driving and all that stuff. Like you just take for granted on a day-to-day basis. But there's so many people who don't have the ability to do those things, you know, for whatever reason, like a disability or something. So it's just like appreciate that. Like think of it in the context of like, you never appreciate being able to breathe through your nose until you got a stuffed up nose and you can't. I really enjoyed that aspect of the film for sure. I do think the turn into the third act was definitely sudden and kind of lost me for a bit, but it didn't lose me completely. I still put it in the quite liked, so it's definitely a good, enjoyable film. Robert De Niro is the other lead of the film, and he definitely gives a great performance. I really truly felt for his character and the struggles that he went through. So yeah, no, it's not a perfect movie, but I still enjoyed it and I would totally recommend it. It is an interesting film that looks at this very unique situation and is just a good, entertaining experience. So yeah, no, good film, would recommend. Next up is The Fisher King. This is a 1991 film starring Jeff Bridges, and the basic premise is Jeff plays this Howard Stern-esque radio DJ who accidentally encourages a man to commit some atrocities, which then destroys his life as well, just from all, you know, the guilt and stuff. And then he eventually realizes he needs to spend his life trying to right some of the wrongs that he has done. I thought it was fine. I don't know. I liked the fantastical elements of the film. Like Robin Williams in his homeless getup was really great. I love that whole outfit. And Robin's whole vibe of seeing the world through this fantasy lens was really interesting. Like my favorite aspect of the film was definitely without a doubt the knight that keeps stalking him. That whole thing is just incredible in and of itself. And then how they utilized it was so great, especially too because like it felt like they somehow larged it up. Like it looked like it was 5 times the size of Robin. Just so incredibly imposing. And like the flame shooting out the back, like it's so cool. And so I just wish there was more of that within the film. Like if they would have pushed the surrealist aspect of the film more, I think I would have enjoyed the film a lot more. There is definitely like some almost fantasy-esque elements of like how things are connected, but that wasn't enough for me. I really didn't care for the love story aspect, especially too because it essentially reads like, I've been stalking you, can I call you? And she's just so, you know, socially awkward that she's like, yeah, of course, you're interested in me. I don't care that you've been literally stalking me and know my exact schedule to a T. That's not incredibly unhealthy. So yeah, no. I thought it was fine. It was interesting. It just didn't really strike a chord with me the way that I was hoping it would. Would I recommend it? I think if you're like intrigued by any aspect of it, I'd say sure, go for it. Just don't have like the highest expectations, but I don't think you're gonna have a bad time with it. To me, it's just fine. It's all right. If you're intrigued, go for it, sure. But if you don't watch it, it's not the worst. And lastly is Patch Adams. This is a 1998 film, and it's interesting. This is again inspired by a true story where Robin Williams plays a doctor, but this time it's about how the consensus of the medical world, you're only allowed to treat the disease, not the patient. I kind of said that in a mocking tone. I do agree with that sentiment of like, it's important to treat the entire patient, not just the disease, because it's all about their entire health. And like, if a patient has a good outlook on life, then they'll have more strength and they will be better at fighting off the disease or whatever it is that ails them. That's a legitimately proven thing. So that is a revolutionary idea. I don't know if Patch Adams was the actual person to originate this idea or if it was just kind of a wave of people at this time. I tried Googling it. I couldn't find an answer. This movie definitely hits the ground running where Patch, within the first 5 minutes, realizes you gotta be kind to the patients, you gotta indulge them in order to fully reach them and help them. And he kind of just sticks with that the whole way through, which I wish there kind of would have been a little bit more of an arc there. It's also very sappy, sentimental. I'm not exactly sure what the right word is, but you can definitely feel like that sort of vibe just kind of all up in your face throughout the entire film, which is fine. It can be a lot, but as long as you know that's what you're getting into, I think that's okay. I know a lot of critics didn't care for that aspect of it, and I'm fine with it just because like films can lay it on thick and that's okay. What definitely took this film down a lot for me was the romance storyline in the film, especially because it's not actually true, but like the way he pursues this woman is so gross. She says no to him several times and gives him so many great reasons why he should stop nagging at her. And like what's so frustrating too is that he's a very charismatic character. So instead of just having him be relentless at pursuing this woman, what they should have done instead is he should have asked her out once. She said no. He respects that. And then later she stumbles across him being this incredibly charismatic, confident person who's just going around helping people. And she gets taken in by that. Like when he's being silly to a bunch of sick kids, she should have just been walking by, seen that, been touched by that, and then she pursues him because she's like, there's something to this guy. And that would have felt so much more natural and beautiful. Plus, like the way her story goes, it didn't need to go the way that went. It was just lots of very bad decisions with the stories. To get into more details is to spoil a good chunk of the film, but to summarize it without spoiling it, they just make all of the wrong choices in a really gross way. If you really want to know, I can spoil it in the comments, just ask. But yeah, no, I'm not a fan. Would I recommend this movie? My dad would. My dad likes this movie a lot, and I can understand why, because again, the messaging is really good, that it's about the whole person and not just the symptoms. It's not just about the disease. There's a bigger picture than just that one little thing, and that's really important to have in mind when you're trying to help a person. So yeah, would I recommend it? I don't think so. It's interesting, but I think the damning parts of the movie bring it down too much for me to like really in good faith recommend it. Like it's okay. If you watch it, it's not gonna be the worst, but like I wouldn't say go out of your way to watch it. Alrighty, now for today's rankings. First up, we got Awakens, sitting at number 12 in the really like section. And then after that is The Fisher King, sitting at number 32 in the like section. And then bringing up the rear right behind it is Patch Adams, sitting at number 33, again in the liked section. And this is out of a total of 42 old movies so far this year.